Hiya Pals, your friend Dustin here, and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. Today's topic is going to be Black Desert Online, a beginner's guide from a beginner. Now, there's a couple of reasons why I wanted to do some videos like this. The first one is I got pretty hooked to this game. I went to TwitchCon and I saw their booth, and I was kind of in a lull between expansions of other unnamed MMOs, and it really piqued my interest. So I started playing it, and there's a ton of things to do in this game, but the game doesn't do a very good job of hand holding you through a lot of that stuff. So the first reason is that this game is kind of daunting, and I wanted to make a progression for people like me just getting into the game and take them from total noob to hopefully sweaty tryhard, I guess. And then also just kind of capture my journey in this because I'm still learning. The second reason is that there's a ton of really awesome videos out there for beginners, but I found that a lot of the content creators were just too well versed in this game, and they were too fluid, and they would talk about things that I had no idea what they were. So I kind of wanted to make a very, very beginner's guide. So if you're not a beginner and you've been playing this game for a while, this is probably not the video for you. But if you are someone that is just getting into the game like I am, I think this might be a little helpful. So if you do find this this video helpful, please consider giving me a like, subscribing to my new channel, checking me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/yourfrienddustin, and if I miss anything, please comment below. This will be a pretty long video. I will leave timestamps in the description, so if you're looking for something very specific on how to get started in this game, check to see if it's on the list. And if it's not on the list, leave me a comment, and let's get into it. Alright, so you pulled the trigger, you got the game. Now what? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to create our first character. I recommend creating a seasonal character. The advantage of the seasons is you progress a little bit quicker, and you also get really awesome gear along the way called seasonal gear. You can only have one seasonal character per season. I think it resets about every 3 months, and when you're done with that character, or when you're done with that season, it becomes a non-seasonal character, and that's when the game really starts to open up. So unlike games in like Diablo or Path of Exile, after you're done with the season, you continue playing that character. You won't be allowed on seasonal servers, and seasonal servers are mostly for beginners like us. You get more XP, you get more rewards. So like once the season's over, you can create another seasonal character, which I do recommend doing because this is a very alt-friendly game. Or you can just keep progressing your non-season character. But we're going to start off, and we're going to create a seasonal character. I recommend this very top one. It's for novice only. If you are a little bit more experienced with the game, you can go to a non-novice. I don't think the PvP server is open until you reach a certain level, and then you have to you say, yeah, I want a PvP. So you're going to select a seasonal server. Now it's going to show you all of my characters. Caldre is my seasonal character. I've already made one, so I won't be able to make another seasonal character. But what you're going to do is you're going to click Create. Yes. And it's going to show you the character creation screen. There are a ton of different characters to choose from. You just want to find one that fits your playstyle, whether you're sword and board, you're a two-hander, you want to wield magic, or you want to have super sustainability. So do a little bit of research. It gives you like a little preview down in the bottom right here on kind of how to play or what you can expect from the class, and what some of the skills look like. There's 2 weapons. You have your main weapon, and then at level 56 you get your awakening weapon, and that usually mixes up the playstyle a little bit. So make sure you look at both of those, find something you like. So you found your character. I want to play a Musa. This handsome, strapping young lad you're going to create. And if you're like me, you can spend hours creating your character, especially in this character creation. It's so complex. You can literally do anything. You can make your cheeks really plump, or put your eyes really close together, whatever you want to do. I spent some time, make this character your own. But let's say you want to just get right into the game. You want something customizable. They have this really cool thing down here in the bottom left called Beauty Album, and these are creations made by other users. So I see this guy right here. Looks like Geralt. We got Rawr. You can click apply. It's by Ortha. There we go. And it will add that creation to the character that you chose. Then you can even go in further, and let's say like this is a good starting point. You wanted your character to look like a Witcher, but you don't want him to look like just like Geralt. You can switch some things up, give him some different hair, and then even go further in customizing. So I found that Beauty Album a good place, a good jumping off point if you didn't want to just start all the way from scratch, because like everything in this game, it's massive. This game is just absolutely massive. Once you create your character, you give him a little name, not Witcher is what I'm checking. Here we go, checking. That name's available. What do you think? You're going to create your character. Yes. And you're going to enter the world. Obviously, I can't enter this world because it's not a seasonal character, but you are going to make a seasonal character. I'm going to not Witcher. You can play through the tutorial, say yes or no. And then I suggest going to the Ancient Stone Chamber. It's better for beginners. If you've already played the game before, you might want to start at the new zone. You get your gear a lot quicker, but it's very expedited. So I'd say play through the story over here in the Ancient Stone Chamber. Personal opinion, it's completely up to you. You get placed more in a central location, and it's kind of fun to get around. All right, so we'll start our adventure and go right into the game. Alright, so we've created our seasonal character. I switched over to mine. This is Caldre. She's level 61. The first thing we're going to talk about is the interface. There is the one downside of this game, or one of the downsides of this game. I'm sure it has a good amount, just like every other game. Is that there's a ton of bloat. There are things in this game that you're going to want to turn off immediately. There's a lot of pop-ups that are starved for your attention, and you don't really need them as a brand new character. This guy is cramping my style, but it's okay. The show must go on. When press escape, it brings up your edit menu. You can take some time, kind of go through all of these different things. Obviously, I can't go through everything in this video, or else it's going to be 4 hours long, but I'll give you the basics. So here's your settings, this little gear icon. We're going to click on settings. We're going to go to general settings. I apologize. We're going to go to alerts right away. On your shared, you're going to turn all of these off. You can turn them back on once you get a grip on the game, but believe it, you're going to want to turn all of that off. It's kind of just pop-up hell. So another thing you want to do is you're going to go to display settings. You're going to go to camera graphics. I turn my blur effects down a little bit. I don't love blur, but one thing that I was getting a little almost nauseous was the combat vibration. I turned that to 0. That way you're not like bouncing all over the place and giving yourself headaches. You can also go into your your display settings. I like the remastered. It looks really, really pretty. If your computer can handle it, check out the remastered. Other things to talk about in the interface. On your
right hand side,
where your quests are going to pop up. We'll talk about the story quests in just a moment. You have your map. Pressing M brings up a larger map. You can actually see the locations that I've been to. Until you get to the new town, these will all be kind of grayed out like this. So I've never been down here before. You can see how new of a player I am. That I only have this much of the map visible. There is a really cool thing that if you let's say you want to get from here to all the way up here, you right click on the map, it will show you a path on how to get to where you're going. That path will also show up on the ground here, and this is my favorite part of this entire game is the auto run. If you just press T, your character will just start going there. They'll figure it out. They'll figure out how to get there, and they'll go. So then that's a nice time to use the bathroom, grab a snack. The auto run feature in this game is amazing. Top right hand corner, we have this little magnifying glass. There are some more little icons up here. We have the season pass. Season pass is kind of like season pass in any game. You have your free one, and then if you wanted to pay the subscription fee, you have your Black Spirit Pass. Those are just rewards for completing things in the game. You also have this search function. Find an NPC. So let's say you're looking for someone to repair your gear. You click on that and it will take you to the closest repair spot. I will bring up your inventory. You will have a lot of stuff. There's a lot. The one thing that I got so confused about was like all of the small things you got in this game. Is it worth it to keep everything? Is it what should you be selling? My new rule is when you go to a vendor, let's see if this guy's a vendor right here. Wrong. When you go to a vendor and you click shop, if you see this button in the bottom right of your inventory, it says sell all junk items. That's how I know what to sell. I don't really sell anything else except for the junk. Because I don't know what everything does yet. We're going to go over a little bit later in this video some of the things that you definitely want to keep and make sure you do not sell, and things that help you progress in this game. But it's safe to sell all your junk. Click yes. It sells them all the junk, and then you can be on your way. Each town has a storage that you can use. I recommend, just putting things in storage. If you find your backspace is filling up a bit, put the stuff in storage. You'll be able to go back to that town and grab it later. On your keyboard, if you press the comma button, it'll bring up this little dude. This is the Black Spirit. The game kind of revolves around him, and he's going to have all of your main story quests to get you through the game. I recommend playing through the main story. You're not only going to learn more about the game and how to play it and what to do and where to go, but especially in season, you get some really good gear. main quest is going to be this guy right here. You're going to click on it, and it will tell you all the main story quest. Just have fun, play through it. It's a blast. It gives you something else to do, and the rewards are really awesome. You also have just regular other quests. It'll give you like suggested ones that you can go do. I say do those a little bit later. Really focus on that main story quest. If you feel adventurous and want to pick up some of these while you're out and about, go for it. Once you pick up a quest, your main story quest will be indicated with this little orange icon. Everything else will kind of just be in these little green ones. On this down arrow, it'll give you a path on where to go. And if you press on this little run icon guy, it'll take you to that quest. So you'll just start auto running. Alright, so you're learning the lore, you're progressing through the story, through your main quest that the Black Spirit gives you. You're having fun slaying trolls, and you're starting to get items. There's a couple items that I really want to focus on that you're getting specifically from your main story quest. It's going to be Naru gear, which are these items. And you're also going to be getting things to upgrade your Naru gear called Beginner Blackstones for armor and Beginner Blackstones for weapons. So the way this game kind of works is that instead of finding new gear and just throwing it on, it wants you to upgrade the gear that you already have through resources. The two resources, like I said, are Beginner Blackstone armor and Beginner Blackstone weapon. So we're going to be getting our Naru gear, which is these blue items, from just regular old questing and the main story quest, and you're going to be also getting these upgrade materials. So as you can see, I have 914 beginner Blackstones, 1,178 beginner Blackstone for weapon. You just get this. The game, especially if you're playing through the season, the game will just hand these out. So I have all of this, and I've already upgraded all of my armor to the top tier you can possibly get in the seasonal journey. So your gear. What we're gonna do is we're gonna click on the Black Spirit, which is the comma button on the keyboard, and we're going to go enhancement, which is the two swords crossing each other. It'll bring up a little graphic over here
on the left.
What you're going to do is, if you have your gear equipped, press show equipped gear, you're going to take off that piece of gear. I don't know why the game does this. You can't enhance items that you're currently wearing. You have to take it off first. So what you're going to do is you're going to take it off. Once it's off, you can then put it in the slot. So by right-clicking it, it throws it in there, and it tells you what you need to enhance it. You're going to click this button called Skip Animation, unless you want to watch the animation. That's cool too. I prefer to skip it because you're going to be doing this a lot. So to enhance this Naru helmet, you need one beginner Blackstone. So like I said, these are the stones you get from just progressing the game. I have a junk ton of them. It's going to be a 100%. So I can just press enhance. And there we go. We got our +1 Naru helmet. And depending on how many Blackstones you have, you can just keep pressing this. If it's 100% success rate, let's just keep going. Alright, so at +5, it goes down to 70%. Now there's a couple other things that you could use. I recommend just keep crushing past it. 70% is quite high, and if it fails, all you got to worry about is durability. The durability of the armor decreases a little bit. The max durability of the armor decreases a little bit. But let's say this number isn't 70%, it's 20. There is additional enhancement chance and Valk enhancement chance. Now these are going to be items that you receive through playing the game and completing your dailies and your seasonal pass. What this will do is it will aid you on your percent chance. So you press the plus button and you can select, and so all of this stuff will help increase this percentage to be higher. Like I said, I don't really recommend doing it at this tier. I say just keep going. Something that I found useful is that as I was getting my gear, as you're playing through and you're getting your gear, I got everything to +5 first. So what I would do is open my Black Spirit, enhancement. I'd go armor. Okay, I want to enhance that to 5. Cool, that's off. Click off that. My gloves, I want to enhance that to 5. And you'll be getting these pieces at separate times. And it's going to be all about how comfortable you are with enhancing your gear and how much of the resources you have. And I go to this guy. Same thing with weapons as well. You can throw that in there and start enhancing your weapons. Now, the only thing I recommend not enhancing is going to be your accessories. So that's going to be your necklace, your belt, and your earrings. One reason is, you notice when I put an accessory in, it says that it needs a duplicate of that accessory just to upgrade it. So it's not using your stones. Now you actually need that piece of, you need an equal piece of gear to do that. Your accessories, you will just get better accessories by playing the game. That's the only thing that I recommend not upgrading is your accessories. That's what everybody else says that makes content, is don't waste your resources on upgrading your accessories. You will get better ones, or you can purchase better ones. So after you get all to +5 and you want to take that chance, let's gamble. Let's see what we can do with 70%. It decreases, but notice how my percentage went up. So this is called fail stacks. So every time you fail, it'll give you a higher percentage to get it next time. We're using 3 beginner blackstones. There we go. We hit it. Let's crush this a couple more times. We're on a roll, baby. Oh, I had to say something, right? We're at 10. And at some point, especially when you're a little bit later on in the game, you'll have so many of these that really I can upgrade this armor, 4 times. And because you only have one seasonal character, you really only need to do it, one full set. So we drop down to 65%. It's getting spicy up here. Level 14, 15. Okay, so once you upgrade your Naru gear to level 15, it will then transform into a pre-gear. So Naru turns into pre. Or Naru evolves into pre, rather. Let's give it a go. 55%. Let's give it a shot. And we did it. So now we start at pre 1. Then it goes to duo. try Tet. Oh, here's something. If you fail when you're in this phase after 15, you have there's a chance that it will backfire and bring you down to the level previous. And again, it's all about how comfortable you are, when you want to use these enhancements. I recommend just not using them until you get your gear to later game. So even if you got all of your armor up to duo, and your weapon up to duo, that's pretty good. You can still get through a lot of the game. Something else that's unlocking for us is something called Cron Stones. I honestly would not recommend using those yet, because in late game they're going to be very, very valuable to upgrade your gear, and right now it's just not worth it. We're gonna go to Tet. Let's see if we can do it. Missed it again. So we got to Tet. Next level is Pen. 35%. What are we thinking? Should we try and use one of our Valks? Let's go. Let's give it a plus 10. Let's apply that. That's going to add 35% to it, bringing us to a total of 70. That sounds pretty good. Here we go. Awesome. So once you get to Pen, you can then convert it to Tuvala gear, and Tuvala gear is going to be the max gear you can get in a season. Now you can still upgrade your Tuvala gear by using the same method. Once you hit this, you're going to press convert. It's going to turn that piece into Tuvala gear instead of Naru gear, and that's going to be your end game season gear. It will you'll start using a different resource to upgrade that. I want to save that for another video, because I think that just to get through the game, get to Tuvala, practice upgrade enhancing, figuring out what that's about, what you're how comfortable you are with the percentages. So we'll stop there. Convert it to Tuvala, and you'll be able to start smashing things, no problem, hitting these really cool grind spots. We can do another video about that at some point too. Find my favorite grind spots and what's been working for me. But that's about it for upgrading and enhancing your gear. All right, guys, that pretty much covers everything that I can think of the bare bone beginner's journey on how to get started in this game. We went over how to create a seasonal character, some of the interface things you want to turn on and off, and then how important completing the main story and how to start upgrading your gear is. If I missed something, please comment in the section below if something was unclear. I plan on making more videos, and I want to grow and get better at both Black Desert and creating YouTube videos. If you liked the video, please consider giving me a follow and giving the video a thumbs up. If you want to check out my content live, I'm on twitch.tv/yourfrienddustin. Stay safe, happy adventuring, and love one another. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.